All right, look who's here, bright and shiny. And it makes sense now why she'd start being here early. This is the second day in a row. It's because she moved into there. No, she didn't move into there. She moved into there. She moved into that cabin. So now she's here very early in the morning. I don't know how long she's gonna live there, like if it's permanent. I saw her go running in. The way I think she discovered it, she was here a couple days ago, day before yesterday, and she was on the deck, and a hawk flew in, and I had to go handle that. And when I came back, she looked at me, and then she ran into there. And I was surprised nobody booted her out, and I think she was too. She was, well, no, I totally told the story wrong. When the hawk flew in, that's when she ran into, it's like kind of slow to go in because I think she wasn't sure if she was going to get booted out by somebody, and neither was I, but she didn't get booted out. And then I kept coming out to check to see, has she left yet? Has she left yet? And because I thought she might want assistance back to where I thought she lived, but she just seemed to be staying in there, and I think she moved in. I think she figured, hey, maybe she just waited and figured if nobody comes, finders keepers, I got a new house. And so now she lives right next to the deck, which is totally fine with me. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, you know, it looks weird, but it's not like Michelangelo's painting something here. It's a healing thing. It looks weird, but it's starting to look uniform, which I think is good. And the other thing I was going to say about it looking weird is that kind of almost greenish color was scaring me before, but now I'm wondering if that's like an icy, if it's because it's so cold out that it's almost like an ice forming on her tissues. She's got squirrels coming that she's not pleased with, and I don't blame her. Trying to keep the privacy here. There we go. So there she is. She's in good light that we can get a look. I like the fact that it seems to be coming uniform. Hopefully she doesn't mind somebody doing this while she's eating. But she doesn't seem to because she's not leaving me. I'm down here with her. We're just together. There she goes. She's doing good. She's doing real good. She's so brave. You know, yesterday I was in the kitchen. I have a step ladder out because I'm painting. So I put my right hand over my right eye because it's her right eye that is the issue. And I shouldn't say issue, actually. It might not be an issue. It might just be healing, and it might be a good thing. The issue happened whatever happened to it. But anyway, it's not an issue now. Now it's something she's triumphing with. I put my hand over my right eye, and I walked toward, and I put my left hand out, put my finger out like that, and I walked towards the step ladder, and I said, okay, I'm going to touch the silver part of the ladder. I looked right at where I was going to touch, and I go walking, and my finger went about that far beyond where I'd intended to touch, and a little off to the left. So what I'm saying is I lost precision for sure. And that kind of precision could make a big difference when you're a squirrel making a leap. Before the video I leaped, she leapt onto a branch and ended up clinging on, kind of falling underneath, grabbing herself, and then righting herself and coming around. And I wonder if that was because she's still getting used to lining things up with the vision being off. Maybe that's something she'll be able to do, is like mentally correct whatever she's seeing. Mentally correct whatever she's seeing so that she can get her absolute precision back. I'm hoping that happens. Because I was off when I covered my right eye. I just couldn't line up my finger with a metal bar that was about that wide. I went a little far of it and a little off to the left. And what I was doing was I was walking. So I was walking towards it, not running, just walking. And I thought I was going to nail it, and I didn't. I thought, oh, this isn't bad, you can see. And I thought I was seeing, but I was off. She just got some water. Actually, she's still getting some water. I do not want to move because I want to make sure she gets plenty of water.
I just put out a fresh bucket. These buckets are amazing. The squirrels don't really like heated water, and these buckets, the way the plastic encloses the water, and there's only a little bit exposed at the top, it keeps it liquid. There's only been...
Some of the days I swap them out halfway through the day, but I don't really even need to. Well, we'll see what I say next week, because next week we're going to like below 6 degrees, you know, 6 below 0 and stuff. And maybe at that time I'll pull the heated water bowl back out, but for now, these are doing so good. She's getting in. She gets in slow, but she gets in. I don't know if she already knew how to navigate those cabins before or if she's just learning. So we all know L'Oreal is an unbelievable survivor. He's a total survivor. Otherwise he wouldn't be here. Well, this morning, L'Oreal was the first squirrel to show up. Yesterday night, he was the last squirrel to be here. So, and there was nobody else out then, and there was almost no one out this morning when he showed up. And it was really cool actually seeing him at the very end of the day. In the very beginning, we had like a really good familiarity this morning. It's hard to explain, like a camaraderie of checking out yesterday and checking in today together. But my point being, he lives out here. L'Oreal lives out here. And we know he's really smart, or he wouldn't be surviving. He wouldn't have survived that paw thing like he did and be able to continue to do what he does with predators everywhere. He lives out there with the coyotes, the foxes, the hawks, everything. So what I'm thinking is, if he's here late at night and early in the morning, I think he knows the predator's schedule and he's working around it. So if I cue off of L'Oreal's schedule, that can maybe tell me what he's learned about the predator's schedule. I've told before about how I wanted to meet Gray Bob, the gray one with the little bobtail, for a long time, but it took over a year. I just thought I was never going to meet him finally. Well, there's this other one I've been stalking, and I have video from months ago. I don't know if it was summer or fall when I actually said, you know, I'm stalking this squirrel, but it was such a boring video I never did post it. Well, this is the squirrel, and he comes around, so it's been like half a year now. So it's another one that I'm stalking, but I don't know. And he has the usual stay away from human kind of thing to him. And I don't know if he'll eventually see that the other ones come up to me and start doing so, or if he'll always just be an elusive stranger. But he's really beautiful. He's black. He's got an orange tail. I had wondered if he was one of the Bobbies before. There he is. I'd wondered if he was Bobby Brown, or Robert Brown, but he's not, because he has no familiarity with me. And when squirrels leave and come back, they still know me like no time has passed. I remember I used to Google back before I knew squirrels for 5+ years. Used to Google, can they remember you? Like, can they recognize a human? And do they remember a human? And I had very little hope that would be the case. Oh my gosh, how wrong. Because now I know, you know, they'll be gone for like a year and come back, and it's just like it was yesterday. Like Joe Louis will just take from my hand. Maybe it was the second year of knowing her. I can't remember. But then in all the subsequent times she came, there he is. She was totally comfortable with me. So yeah, they don't forget. Here is S-Curve, and I've already apologized to him because as I ran through yesterday the list of all the squirrels I was hoping were going to be okay, I forgot to list S-Curve, but he's okay anyway. I have so much video I never post. I'm taking more video of Gray Bob, the gray squirrel with the bobtail that is now showing up pretty regularly. I think this is 2 days in a row. There was a while I was afraid he or she forgot about me. I think it's a he. But now he's back. I'm here with him and Miss Pepperoni Pizza. For the third time today, it's S-Curve. But S-Curve just grabbed something and is taking off, so I can't really show his little stand-up thing right now. They love the top of this tree. I was gonna take out this dead tree. Squirrels love sitting on dead trees. And then this branch fell on it, which was just perfect. So they climb that up and then they sit up there. All right, now we've got S-Curve. Whatever he was doing, he didn't do it for very long and he got bored. Now he's here. Come here, S-Curve. Are you gonna stand up? S-Curve. He's down there. There he is. S-Curve because of the curvature of his tail. Oops. Sorry, S-Curve. Check out S-Curve. The way his tail, when he sits, is so cool. I don't know if something happened to him or if he was born that way. I didn't know him. He doesn't live around here, so I'm not sure who he belongs to or how he got on this earth, but he found his way here. I made this in between last winter and this winter, which is to say I made it in the summer and the fall, and it is so, I'm not done with it yet, but already, I mean, I just love knowing the squirrels are safe when they sit on it, and they know they're safe. They feel good eating there. It's worth it. This is the afternoon on Friday the 17th. I just had Rover here, and then RJ came up, and I was going to say RJ and Rover together again, and that's somebody else. So Rover took off. Here's somebody. We got someone in there. That's where iGirl. She's under there right now. There you go. iGirl was just sitting under here eating, and she didn't have her usual spirits that she does, which has me worried. You know, not even from this morning. So, and then there was a sound, and then she came running this way, and what shocked me, I mean, she tore. She came running super fast. There's no way I can run that fast, so we're gonna walk it here. This way. And I'm like, why isn't she going into the cabin that I've seen her sleeping in? And I was just telling her, I'm so glad you're sleeping next to the house. And she came over here, and I'm like, oh man, is she gonna do what I think she's gonna do? And she did. She ran up in there, which means she is Rover's kid. She's Rover's daughter, and that's why she was able to go in that other cabin and this cabin. These are both. So when Rover had this last litter, like with RJ, she was in the cabin next to the house. So that squirrel has lived next to the house and in the one they're in now. So the good news is she's got her mom, got Rover. But the sad news is she's Rover's kid going through that, you know. So that's Rover's baby. iGirl. And not a baby anymore, because like RJ, she was in RJ. I know Rover had a couple of black squirrels in RJ's litter, and iGirl must have been one of them. Well, I was just sitting here petting Rover. Oops. And I was gonna put it in my petting squirrels video, but she had other plans. So Pippi is over here, but I've got so many videos of petting Pippi. There used to be this squirrel named Hope. I have a Hope memorial in the front yard for Hope. Hope used to love, the first night I met Hope, she jumped up into my lap. I was sitting on a chair on the deck. She jumped into my lap the first night I met her and let me pet her. I was like, no way. She was amazing. So this is Pippi, and we'll pet her while she gets her own food. She's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, look at Pippi's fur. Oh, very nice. Okay, there's a big surprise coming. Oh no. Is that, what is that? Is that from sleeping on it like that? You don't have a boo-boo, do you? No boo-boo? No boo-boo. No boo-boo. Her fur was just a little messed up. I got worried. I probably am the one who messed it up. I'm probably the one who messed it up petting it. Alright. She's like, oh hell no. We have a big surprise on Monday. So if anyone's life is really boring, well, this is the channel to tune in on Monday or Tuesday. Something I promised Hansi in 2021, I think. I'm finally going to do in 2025. I promised it to her in 2021. Here's Hansi's daughter, Rover. Now, Rover, I never did promise that I was going to fix this particular aspect of the house, because I finally learned that promising it to her mother didn't actually get me to do it, so I gave up on promises. But I think it's finally going to happen on Monday and or Tuesday. So I don't know if anyone remembers my promise to Hansi. Hansi, we're going to fix this blank. It's going to get fixed.